are you doing? All right, let's just get that out there. All right, we are recording. I'm just going to stream this into the group as well. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Sorry. What day is it today? Wednesday. Do that tomorrow. Disappearing. Just let that run through then and we'll be ready to go. All right, let's get rid of that. Put that up there. Share the screen. Let's get going. There we go. 3 on. That's enough. Chat is up. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Better late than never. Oh, I'm quite good at this. It's only 5 past now. Hfx543. Let's get going. And let's see if there's anything occurring on here.
Les, I've just had an alert on the Chef JPY.
Chef JPY, I don't do that one.
Okay.
We're going to have a look. 80%. Let's have a look. All right. FXCM. Okay, we haven't got the red dot on that yet. We have on the 3 minute.
Yeah.
We have on the 3. I might cheat this just on a 1 minute. It's a little bit volatile there. Okay, let's see what happens on this. Roll that over, give it another minute. Yeah, I normally only do HFX on New York session pairs on the session we're in. Swiss franc, Japanese yen's out of session, so they can be a little bit funny in their movements, so I don't normally do them. So I took this one. Everything looks like it was setting up on there nicely on the 3 minute, but it's decided to go against us. So that's why I don't do them. Go up on the 5. Yeah, it's not ready on the 5. The 1, it's pulling right up. I'll have to wait a little bit for this to come in. If it's going to come back down, missed the second rollover. We're not going to really get much out of this, I don't think. That's why I don't normally do them. I'm just going to run through these, see if there's anything setting up on here. So that's a loss. Put that down to who called that out? Debbie. Was that you?
Yeah,
Debbie?
it's me.
Put that
sorry.
one down to you. Put that one down to you. It's all your fault, that one, right? I'll write that down. FJPY, Debbie D. It's fault. Yeah, it's just one of them things. Just start again. These currency pairs I trade are USD and Canadian dollar. And what I've found is these 11 pairs pretty much give us a decent amount of trades with not too much volatility in them. I deliberately keep away from pairs that aren't in this particular session. It's just I found from when I first started, when I was trading them all, when I was doing all the pairs down here, I basically found that if I just stick to these, I pretty much get a decent amount of trades and a decent return on them. That one looks like it's going to hang up there for a while now. I've got no doubt it'll come back down at some point, but that's why I just do these pairs. We normally get enough on them. It's worth waiting to see what's going to happen. GBP CAD looks like it's setting up there. So what I do, again, we've got a nice one on there, USD JPY. I'm just waiting for a green dot on that. We'll see what happens on that. And I want to make sure that there's enough momentum when this does turn. So when I'm looking at this, we have had a lower low here, where it's come outside the Bollinger Bands. So we've had a bit of a reaction on there. I've got the auto support on here. There's a support line here. Well, it's come off as well. So it looks like it wants to go up. Everything's pointing our way. We just haven't got that little green dot. We've had it on the 3 minute. It's actually happened a little bit further back, but I'm more than happy to wait because it's still in a downtrend. So I'm more than happy just to wait for that next candle on USD JPY. Let's set that up on 3 minutes. I'm more than happy just to wait a couple of more minutes just to see if this one wants to go our way. If it does, I'm going to get in for 3 minutes. Let's pull them back. If we go down to 1 minute, we can see. So it's not a trade I'm going to get into at this moment in time. If we get a green dot on that, I'll definitely get in that. So yeah, I do set the alerts up here. Oops, once per bar. I'm just going to run through them, set them up. Yeah, that's just that one going off because it's once per bar. We can see that's pulled right back now, so sometimes it pays you just to wait. I'll do USD chef once per bar. USD CAD once per bar. ZD USD. Some good moves on here earlier on, haven't we? GBP USD. Yeah, so it does. If you just stick to a few pairs rather than all of them, I know some people like to go through all of them. Some people like to do ones that are 80% and above and stuff like that. Well, I've just found it suits me if I'm doing this in the afternoon to do US dollar and Canadian dollar pairs. That one's going to flip. I want some divergence on that as well. We need to few going off there now. Got a big drop on that Euro CAD. We haven't got divergence, but sometimes it's got that little pullback up there. Got a little bit of volatility on that. It hasn't quite crossed down there. Just going to hang on a bit for that. Let's have a look at GBP CAD. Still a way away on that. So Euro CAD's looking our best bet. As it pushes down on that. It's just starting to level off. Okay, Euro CAD. We haven't really got divergence on there. It seems to have stopped at the moment. I'm just going to check the news. Okay, 330 crude oil inventories, US dollar. Okay, that's it. We will take this now. There's a put We'll see how this one plays out. Oh yeah, do you like that? Yeah, it's my new background, Diane. It's just a little bit of a fine line when you take these trades. We haven't got divergence on here, okay? But the fact that we've had this big drop and on this next candle made us take the trade. Currently in profit at the minute, but it's not like a nailed on one. The fact that it hasn't quite crossed the zero line, I took a little bit of a risk on it. It's going our way at the minute, which is a good thing. But we've still got a few minutes to go on this, about 90 seconds, I think. 1959. Yeah, about 90 seconds to go on that. We'll see how this goes. But everything was pointing our way. So we're going that trade. Coming off this high. It's high. We've got the alert. Obviously the SARS flip. We've got the flat top on the candle. Everything was pointing down. Green bars have changed to red. We've got the red dot. The only thing I was missing is divergence. That would have made it a perfect trade. Well, sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes just the momentum of it coming off there is enough. I just want to see how this plays out. So that was CAD, wasn't it? Chef JPY. This one's Euro CAD. So we've cleared that one. So we're ones each now. You're on there, Bob. Okay, Bob, what have you said there? What version you on, Bob? Trading View. I'm not listening. Put one on EuroCAD there. CAD Chef. USD. Let's put one on here. An odd CAD. All right, so we've got our alerts set up there now. I'm just going to wait for them to go off and tell us what is happening. Okay, Bob, your question, CMF. Can you hear me? we can't. All right, we'll just wait. Okay, should be logged out of that. Right, USD JPY, we had an alert here, which would have been a decent enough entry. Again, we didn't have divergence on that, but even though we've missed that one and we've had that quite big drop, we've had this pullback now up to this area of resistance. What I'm looking at here is the head and shoulders type pattern. So on this highest high up here is the head. We've got another one here, which would be the left shoulder, and down here would be the right shoulder. Across to there, like that. So we've had it up here and it's come down now. So there could be an opportunity to get in on this if there's a flip here. We've got flat. We've got flat top candles. We're just waiting for this start to flip. So we might have an opportunity here. It is in a downtrend. So it's just basically waiting for that to flip. Well, there's no divergence, but the fact that we've got a strong drive down here. CMF's pointing the opposite way to the RSI, so that would be a negative. But the 1 minute is pointing down now. We do have bearish divergence on the 1 minute. Stay on the 3. I've actually just got the red dot there. This is going to flip on the 5. We might, it's a little bit near this, the lowest low here, and this support. So we need to just see how this plays out. But there could be an opportunity to get in on another trade here. I'll just wait for that alert to go off and come back and have a look at it. We've got the same sort of thing here on USD Chef. There's no divergence on that one either. But we've got the same thing. See there, we have got an opportunity to get in on this. I'm just going to check the 1 minute. That is pushing down. Oh, it's away there now. I'm just going to wait for a little bit of a retest on that. Yeah, it's still pointing up. Coming up with a new 3 minute candle. So a little pullback now. And let's get in this. So we're in this one for 3 minutes. Let's see what happens. USD JPY. This is based on a head and shoulders type scenario here. We haven't got the divergence, which would have been great. In fact, we've got this set up here. And I do refer to this in the team training in the group there. There's hello, Sarah. Yeah, we're still testing that, Debbie. I'm only doing it on Bitcoin at the moment. It's working really well. I've got Paul looking at a couple of things, setting up alerts on it and stuff like that. To be honest with you, I would say it's probably going to be a week or two away, but it's a great strategy for doing on the weekend.
Brilliant.
The downside of it is that sometimes Bitcoin on Saturday and Sunday on race option is only 50%, but there's periods where it goes up to 70. IQ cent ranges between 50 to 63 to 70. It's got 3. So if you've got 2 brokers, you can jump between the 2. But you know, initially last weekend when I did the 19 trades, I did on it 118 and lost 1. You know, the majority of them were on a 50% return.
Right.
But some of them were 63 and there was a couple 70. But the fact that I was just trading one currency pair throughout the day, it was quite easy to do on a weekend. You know, you could basically just be getting on. I was sitting in front of the computer, but you would get on with do other things as well and stuff like that, and just basically keep an eye on it. Now, there's a couple of things on there that it's different to what we're doing here. It's different, so it's still in the testing stage.
Yeah.
I know it's not nice when you put stuff on and people see you doing trades and they think, well, you know, when are we going to get this? But I'm the type of person who I want to do at least 100 trades live myself before I start saying this people, yeah, this works. I want to do some testing on it because it's all right doing it for a weekend, but it could just be a fluke. I could have just had a good weekend. I don't know. So we've cleared that one there. USD JPY getting in off a re-entry, if you like, on a head and shoulders type pattern there, so candlestick pattern. The other two, what we do is double tops and double bottoms. You want to watch out for them as well because you can get in on them ones. For example, here now, look here, we've basically got one here. Okay, we've made a lower low again here, so we could see a reaction off this for it to come up. So yeah, that tends to happen anyway, but I do like this head and shoulders type one. It's always a good one to get into. And I see the divergence wasn't there, but the fact that this happened was telling us that was probably going to go down. So we've cleared that one as well. USD JPY.
Hello, Les. You made me jump when you said hello. I was sitting here in my little dream world.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It was like being at the back of the class with the microphone off, and it's like, oh, God, someone said hello to me.
Yeah, pay attention, Sarah.
Yeah.
Pay attention. I'll make you sit at the front.
Yeah. No, I never did that.
So, yeah, Bitcoin. I only did it on Bitcoin, but the reason I did it on Bitcoin was because on TradingView, the indicators, it shuts down on Forex. So there's no indicators to go off, but Bitcoin there is. So that's why I did Bitcoin on the weekend. All right. But yeah, the returns, it's 2 to 1 return. So you're risking 2 to get 1. But because it worked really well, I don't think it's too much of an issue because on Saturday, it was like basically 10% return. And on Sunday, I did one less trade, but on Sunday, I had a couple of 70s in there and 3 63s, I think. So it worked out about 15–16% account growth on a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Now, you could just do, I got excited about it because I was thinking, well, anybody who's working Monday to Friday, whatever hours they work, and there isn't really an excuse to say I can't do this, because they could basically do it on a Saturday and a Sunday. And if you can do it for a couple hours Saturday and a couple hours Sunday, which is what I did, and achieve, 15% or even 10% account growth, if you do that on a weekend and you do that like every weekend, the account growth is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Looking at the bigger picture, the longer term picture, if that's happening every weekend, it's like absolutely amazing what you can do. And then, like I say, that's just on one currency pair, which is Bitcoin USD. So I'm really excited about that now. I have asked some people to go away and test it, what I was doing, just to prove that's not just me. So there's a couple of other people testing it, and that's, I'm not like being, I'm not trying to hold it back from anybody. It's just that there's a couple of people who are testing for us on different things, right? So somebody's doing it on Forex, and somebody's doing it on Bitcoin during the week, just so we can get a picture of when is a good time to do this, and will it work on Forex pairs as well, as the only certain pairs it works on and stuff like that. So it's a different strategy to what we've got here. I mean, this one is brilliant anyway. It's fantastic once you get your head around it. But it's a really good strategy, and it's done on the 1 minute expiry. You do it on 1 minute, right? So that's
the thing I really like, Les, is having the options. You know what I mean? As in having various strategy options that fit with your lifestyle and your psychology. Yeah, definitely. The great thing I like about this is it's like a release. It's like a big weight off your shoulders if you've ever traded Forex for any. I totally agree with that, Les. I really do agree with that. For any length of time, the fact that you're in trades for, you don't really know how long you're going to be in them for. You're using stop losses and stuff like that. That's not to say that Forex any detriment towards Forex, because I've made a lot of money doing it, so I can't knock it. It's great doing the Forex, but if you're of a mindset, what you've just said there, of that maybe you haven't got really got time, you struggle with stop losses, you struggle with knowing when to take profits, when to get into trades, moving stop losses and stuff like that. Yeah, this has got its advantages. The fact that once you're in the trade, that's it, you're in the trade. You can't decide when to get out of it. Once you're in it, it's going to tell you that in a minute's time or 3 minutes you're out of that trade. Yeah, you've got an option to roll it over if you want to. I would use it sparingly. Like I've mentioned on a few times before, rollovers are a double-edged sword. Because you've only got a certain amount of time to do that rollover. You do the rollover because you're not in profit. As soon as you hit the rollover button, you go into profit. And the trade originally would have won, but because you've rolled over and got an extra 3 minutes, it can work against you as well, because at the end of that 3 minutes, it can be back in the deficit, back in drawdown again. So to me, just probably try not to use the rollover facility too much. I do use it every now and then, but I just think, I mean, I haven't gone back and looked through trades where I did rollovers and said, oh well, but I would say, a ballpark figure, it's probably 50-50. Right? I've probably won halfway I've rolled over, and I've lost halfway I've rolled over. So I don't think there's any advantage in doing it.
Would you say it's easier as well if you've only got your phone to trade on? Or put it another way, with some Forex strategies,
well,
it's better to sit at a big screen.
I mean, I find it difficult because I've got big fat sausage fingers. Right? So when I'm on my phone, on my iPhone, when I've got my iPhone here and I'm doing it on there, race option and IQ Cent as brokers, because it's browser based, you can just go to raceoption.com or iqcent.com and it comes up on your phone, and it's like fits on your screen nice. But you've got to do a little bit of up and down stuff, and also because we're using TradingView to do our analysis, you know, like my setup here is I've got this on a 27-inch wide screen. I think it's 27 or 24, and I've got these two windows set next door to each other. On here, I've got like a split screen thing. I can set it up, and at the minute it's set on this, right? So it gives me the option of having two monitors in one, if you like. So I can have them side by side, and I can share the screen with you. And I find it really easy just to look at one and put the trade on with the other. I've tried it on my phone. There'll be, I mean, I'm nearly 59 now, and you know, I went 36 years without a mobile phone once. So it's not my lifeblood, but I do understand that people have them all the time, and some of them are really, really good. It's just you've got to flick from one to the other. So you've got the app open with TradingView on, or you get the alert comes through, and then you've got to go and put the trade on. And on here, when I'm looking at this, I've got the call and the put buttons there straight away. Whereas on a phone, you've got to maybe scroll down a bit to find the call and the put. It like squashes everything up and makes it longer. So you've got to like do a little bit of scrolling on it. Not much, but you know, it's a little bit, the layout's a little bit different. So I find it a lot easier to just do it for a set time in front of me PC. And then what I do is at the end of it, like when I'm finished with this, I'll just go up here and I'll just turn these alerts off. I'll just stop them all like that, and they'll turn red, and then I won't get any more alerts, and then I haven't got that compulsion, if you like, because it can become a compulsion, I think, sometimes, to just let these alerts run, and then you just trade whenever an alert goes off. You know, and getting back to what Debbie said about the Forex, it's like, you know, if you're in a Forex trade, you're constantly checking it while you're in that trade. And with Forex, I don't know about anybody else, but you find that once you're in a trade, all you want to do is be out of it.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
You know, you get into these trades and you're thinking, oh God.
Yeah, it can be very stressful.
Yeah, so you do have that little bit of anxiety, and like, I mean, you've got to be like really disciplined. It's like with anything, you've got to try and control your emotions. You do get anxious. If you do longer term trades, or if you're in drawdown for any length of time, you know, going back any sort of like, maybe you get into trades, maybe if it's a 25 to life trade or something like that, what you were doing, where you've got like a 30-40 pip stop loss and you're going for maybe 50-60 pips, you could be in that trade for a couple of days, could be in it overnight, and it does prey on your mind. I don't care who you are. You do think about that trade. You're all waking up in the middle of the night and checking to see where it's at and stuff like that. It's like a psychological thing. You've got stop losses there to stop you, but you've always got that option with a stop loss to move it, and we've all done it. I have on more than one occasion where I've had a 15 pip stop loss, and I'm said to myself, "Oh, I'll just move that at 20, just to give it a little bit. It looks like it's going to go up, but I think it's going to come back down, right?" You know, what I'm doing there is I'm basically just saying to myself that I want the market to do something, and the market's going to go and do what it's going to do anyway. So it's like really difficult sometimes to control those like emotions, and you know, because the market doesn't care who you are. It's not thinking about what you're thinking. It's just going to go where it wants to go anyway. So, you know, there is some manipulation and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. So the best thing to do is when you trade, and once you set a stop loss, just leave it where it is, and that's the way you do it. So whether it's 10 pips or 15, you know, and that's what I like. You know, I know we're going to talk about something different here now, but that's what I like about pitchforks. The pitchfork strategy, what Sarah does, it's like 10 or 15 pip stop loss, and that's it. Because you're doing it on a 1 minute time frame, you're actually in. You're in. What I like about it is you're doing it on a 1 minute time frame. You're actually in control of the trade. And sometimes when you do other strategies and you take trades and you get into trades, you feel as though you're not in control of them once you're in it. It's just basically left to what's going to happen. But from a psychological point of view, when you do pitchforks, I think, and you're doing it on a 1 minute time frame, you feel as though you're in control because you're actually waiting for some confirmations to happen. Very similar to what we do on HFX.
Yeah, and you don't get stuck in consolidation on the 1 minute. The downside, if you want to call it that, is number one, you have to be disciplined. As you said, you've got to use alerts. It'll drive you crazy if you sit and look at every tick in the market. You've got to trust your confirmations and get out of your own way. And Chance said that again this morning. And the second thing is the benefit of the 10 to 15 pip stop loss means you do have to learn to set the charts precisely and enter precisely. So you've either got that mentality in you or you haven't. Personally, I find it very comforting and I love it. And as you know, I've always stuck to the 1 minute. But that's, you know, if for people that go, oh, I can't be bothered to copy and paste a scan and fiddle around on the 1 minute to get the pitchfork on, then it's not for them. But for people that say, yeah, do you know what? I'll spend a bit of time doing that because then they're good forever. You can trade 400-day-old pitchforks. So to me, I just think it gives me a lot of comfort, confidence.
Yeah, it does, because it doesn't matter where price is. At some point, it's going to come back into that pitchfork at some point.
Yeah.
It always does. It might take a year, but depending on where it is or on what currency pair. But you know, it's generally going to come back into that area at some point, and you can start trading up it again. And of course, talking about pitchforks, we do know that there is a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more advanced stuff you can do as well. We're drawing other pitchforks on sell scans, and so you can do buys and buys on and sells on buy scans and vice versa and stuff like that. There's some other stuff you can do as well. So you know, once you've got that harmonic, it's not the one where you're looking at a harmonic scanner and you're waiting for a new scan to come out. And when it does come out, it goes past the D point, and you think, well, that scan's no longer valid and stuff like that. The beauty of doing the pitchfork strategy is that you've got that pitchfork. Once you've got that, like what Sarah says, it's there forever, and you can trade off it whenever price is in that pitchfork. So I think it's a great strategy, mate, for Forex. Absolutely fantastic. It teaches you discipline.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Getting back to what I said is, you feel as though you might not be, but psychologically you feel as though you are in control, because most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, when your confirmations line up, when you get into the trade, and so I'm saying it's very similar to what we do on HFX. When your confirmations line up, most of the time you're going to have a successful trade.
Yeah, and you just let it run. You don't fiddle around with it like your strategy. You just watch it play out at the levels, and then make your decision about where you're getting out.
Yeah, well, with this one, you know, the only thing you're restricted with this one is time. So when the confirmations do line up, you can get in, and you can do it for 1 minute, you can do it for 3 minutes. You have got an option to roll over. It might cost you a little bit more, but you do get a bit more back if it wins. So you do have options on you as well. So this whole thing, the HFX thing, is basically, if you're struggling with Forex, if you're finding it difficult to get your head around lot sizes, stop losses and stuff like that, where to get in, where to get out, and how to manage the trade, you don't have to worry about all that when you're doing this. You just basically need to decide when you're going to get in, and once you're in, that's it. Because at the end of the 1 minute or the 3 minutes or the 6 or the 12 minutes, it's going to boot you out anyway. whether you've won or lost. So, you know, entry is all important. Timing is all important. We're not perfect, but if we get it right, 7 out of 10 times, you're going to make a profit at this. Right, well, then you've got to understand that you are going to have losers. You are going to lose. And what I like about it is that there's nothing you can do about it. Right, well, it gets rid of the temptation to say, well, I'll move the stop loss up 20 pips. Or, you know,
I agree with that, Les, and I like the speed of it as well, to be honest. Like you say, you're not sitting there watching the screen, the candles forming and thinking, oh, it's going to go against me and all that kind of stuff. Because as soon as you've placed that trade, your call or your put, that's you're committed. That's it. There's nothing you can do, and therefore you just sit back and watch, and that's the end of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the two things, the pitchforks and this are very, very similar, I find, in what they do. We're just using a different broker, and we're limited with time on one of them, but we're not on the other. But the other one, you've got stop losses and you've got to manage the trade when you're in it. This one, you don't need to manage it once you're in it, other than have a rollover facility. But the two of them are very similar. So if you learn this as a starting point, to me, I don't think it's too difficult to move from this to doing pitchforks.
Do you know, that's exactly what I was thinking, Les, as well.
I honestly don't, because a lot of it's about confirmations, and the pitchfork strategy is exactly the same. But once you get past the fact that you've got to draw a harmonic scan on, which is like, I mean, after you've done 2, you can probably do it in like 30 seconds.
Well, I quite like it.
It's not difficult. It's not difficult to do. It's just people are inherently lazy, and they just think, oh, it looks far too complicated.
Well, there's that little go-to button at the bottom left of the screen. So if you write down the coordinates, and Babs is writing the coordinates for us for each scan, then you just type in the coordinates into the go-to box, and it will automatically whiz you to that point. You don't even have to scroll through using your mouse.
And
yeah, bottom left on your trading view, where it's got the time at bottom left, there's the little thing that says go to.
Yeah, this one.
Hang on, let me just pull up your
Is that the calendar
screen. Hang on, I need to show me. Yes, that one. Yes. So you type in the time, date, and time of your XA or whatever, and it will take you there.
Takes you straight there,
So on the 1 minute, then you just got to make sure your point's on. You can't make it any easier than that.
No, it's dead simple. It's dead simple.
And one thing I was going to mention to you was GN, which is a very wild pair. Chance doesn't recommend that we trade it, but it did a perfect Bart, what we call the Bart Simpson's head, 266 pips up, Les. A little Bart's head, and then bang, straight down for the same amount.
Yeah.
You only need one of those a month.
Of course you do. That's it.
With a 10 or that would have been a 15 pip stop loss.
Exactly.
To follow that up and down.
Yeah. And I mean, you could have stayed in the trade all that time, but more being realistic, you probably would have stacked a few trades.
Yeah.
Going down.
But as Chance said, there was something like a 1 to 8 to 1 risk to reward on.
Yes, I mean it's brilliant. So we've got 2 things here, which are pretty much all you need. You don't need to do anything else really. You don't need to learn anything else.
Well, and like all of us, we've got people at work, as you say. So if they can the kids are at football, or mum's taking them shopping or swimming, they can just do an hour or 2. Or sorry, I'm not trying to be sexist for the mums as well. Dad's taking the kids to football. An hour or 2 at weekends. That's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Just going to check on this Euro USD.
Yeah, mine's just gone off as well. The candles don't look very big though compared from yours.
Yeah, I've got it. It's just the way it's squashed up on the screen. I think. Yeah, so we've got some bearish divergence on that 3 minute view going off now. USD IM 253. We've just missed that one. I'm just gonna a little bit of a pullback there. I'm gonna take that one. Euro USD. We've got GBP USD. We haven't got divergence on that yet. And then we've got NZD USD. So we've got three pretty similar. They're not ready to go. We'll just see how this Euro USD one goes. We haven't quite got the highest high up here where it's pushed outside the Bollinger Band. Let's have a go here. We have got a little bit of divergence there. It's a bit straight. It's a little bit straight. We're on here. 254. So if I want to roll over this, I've basically got 45 seconds before my expiry time. So doing a little bit of maths, that would be around about 54.29. Okay, 54.29. This purchase deadline here is just basically the fact that we're on a 3-minute expiry time on here. And what happens is every time it gets to 1 minute 30 to go, it like resets to 3 minutes. But our actual option to roll over down here is 45 seconds before the end. I don't really want to do it. Well, it's 54.29. So it's going to be around about there. What we're in, it's just dropped down into profit there now. And on these, it does pay just to learn to recognize. I went through yesterday in detail about learning to spot the divergence on here, because it does take 5 candles to appear if it's going to come on here. It might not come on because that is a little bit straight, but there is a little bit of an angle there, and we've got it here, and we have got a higher high up here. The only thing I would see is it's not perfect. I would have liked to see that push outside the Bollinger Band. It's going to be touch and go this now. I've just got a little bit of a pull back there. Missed out on that one. It's just going to drop down there now. Just missed out there. So it's all about timing. I would say I got in on that just slightly late. We've had USD Swiss franc go off here. Again, we haven't got a green dot down there on that. We would have won that trade if I got in there a little bit later, a couple of seconds later. So this one's going up at the minute, USD Swiss franc.
Would that be for a put?
For a call.
Okay. Trying to have a look.
We're on 71 on that. It's not quite there. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, let's pull back slightly. GBP USD. We've got divergence back here. That is on 70. Yeah, this is stalling a bit now. We've got the divergence on the 1 and the 3. It's a bit straight. So that was Euro USD. We lost that one. Two's each at the minute. We'll just see how this plays out. It's starting to pull back now, so I'm not going to bother with that one. GBP USD is doing the same. Yeah, the perfect trade you want really is you want this happening here. You want it really pushing against these Bollinger Bands, so it has this like effect where it's like pushed to the extreme, then it snaps back. Then you get the down. You've got divergence. It's not really on here, but you get your divergence. You get your red dot directly underneath. That would be like the perfect trade. So GBP USD, it looks like it wants to go now. I've got 146 on that, and it was dropping. Just going to have a little look down here because we've got divergence on that 3. We've got quite a way to go down here. $142. I'm just going to reset this for 3, and then in fact I'm going to wait for the next candle. I'm just going to wait. I've only got a minute to go. It's just crossed under there. It's just popped under there now. I just want to see how this plays out because the red dots actually come one after. So it means the momentum's not as fast, not as strong.
Yeah, I remember Kaya saying, Les, that she always goes for the ones where she can get the dot first. So that
Yeah,
is
it helps.
Momentum.
It does help. Just going to wait there. It's just pulling back slightly. Just see what happens on here. It's still going down. Down, down. All right. For a minute and a half. We've got NZD USD again. USD shifts coming back. We're in GBP USD here. This is just a short trade. This I didn't reset it to 3, so we're only in this for a minute and 45. We have got the drop on that. GBP USD. I've got no doubt Euro USD is dropping like this at the minute as well. The one what we just lost out on. See there, we've just got a big drop on there. I mean, half a pip on HFX is huge, so that's dropped about 4.5 at the minute. So that one's cleared. So just to go into, I've made a slight profit at the minute. All right, not much. Because I've lost 2. 1-3, lost 2. So there's a slight profit in there still. So sometimes when you think, you know, you've won 2 and lost 2, you even, you're not, you're in a little bit of a deficit there. So that one was about a 70% return there. So yeah, Made a slight profit. Euro USD. I'll just flick through these alerts. Yeah, that one's changed its mind. No, it's still pulled back slightly. Well, you can see there we've got our divergence has appeared on there. Just got in there and it went against us. I got in that a little bit late. And this is the thing, when you look back and back test, you've got to remember that these alerts don't actually go off when the candle opens. It can be 30 seconds before the candle closes on these 5-minute candles. So, yeah, we weren't too far. We just got in that just a little bit late. I think we would add that one. Right, what time is it? 3 minutes past. Okay, so I'm just going to finish here on this 1-3, lost 2. Made a profit, which is always good. Little small one, but %. Made about a 1% profit there, which is better than nothing. So we haven't really got anything else. I'll just do a last sweep of these and see if there's anything that could be setting up. Could be there. We could get something off that as well. We could be waiting a while. Yeah, USD Swiss franc is I'm not going to bother with that one. I've lost the alert there, it's disappeared, so it'll be the next candle before we'd look at that anyway. So USD card looks like it might be about it's only on 65. This one's continuing down. So is GBP card. Euro USD we've already looked at. Euro card could be wanting to go up. Yeah, there's not too much setting up at the minute. There's 2 or 3 that are possible, but it looks like they're 5 minutes away. So yeah, I'm not going to do any more. We'll just call it a day on that till tomorrow. Yeah. So 1-3 lost 2 today. Slight profit. We haven't really got the momentum on that. Okay, right, that's it. I'm not going to do any more. That's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, and hopefully I'll see you all then.
Thank you very much, Les.
Thank you, Les.
Cheers, Les.
Thank you.
Cheers, Les. Thanks, Mark.